Good morning, children. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to discuss about nouns. I think you already knew about it. In class 2 and 1, you have learned about common noun and proper noun. Let us discuss about that. Then we will go with the session. Am I clear, children? Shall we go for it? Children, what is this? This is a bat, mosquito bat, right? What is this? This is a common noun because it doesn't have a specific name. Am I clear, children? Children, what is this? This is a marker. Okay. So only marker, if you say, that is a common noun. What is this? Pencil. Right? It's a common noun. Children, what is this? This is a book. This is a common noun. Children, we know about genus that doesn't have a specific name that goes with common noun. Now I wanted to read what is there on the pencil. See here, there is a label here. See, Apsara pencil. It has a special name. So then if it has a special name, that goes with proper noun. Okay, the pencil has a special name. Apsara pencil. So it goes with proper noun. So for example, girl, it's a common noun, but the girl has a name, isn't it? For example, Kala. If her name is Kala, then that Kala name is a proper noun. Shall we go for the session now? Yes, children. Here we go. Children, now see here. Already we have learned about everyday things, right? We need to recollect that what we have learned. So today in that everyday things, there are some grammar in the textbook. We are going to discuss about it. English grammar, we are going to do it. Before that, what I told, we need to discuss about what we have learned. This poem was written, actually everyday things was written by Jinaya. It tells about the importance of things that we need essentially in our daily lives. Without that, we cannot live. Okay, children. The poet says that even kings can't live without everyday things. A great king needs to use things which are used by a common man too. It doesn't matter whether you are a president or an ordinary man, both need some basic everyday things like brush, to brush our teeth, a comb to, that means we need a comb to comb our hair, a soap to bath, and many more. There are many things which we need everyday life. Now let us discuss about the grammar which is there in the textbook. Types of nouns. We should know about how many types of nouns we are going to learn. So here, common noun, proper noun, collective noun, abstract noun, material noun. So these all are there in this list form. Okay, children. So you already knew about common noun and proper noun, even though we are going to discuss about it, which I have told you about bat is a common noun, pencil is a common noun, and a marker is a common noun. But if it has a special name, then it goes under the proper noun. So let us discuss about it. So all the names, actually, if you go with it, all names are nouns. See, today we are going to discuss about, in this session, common noun, proper noun, and collective noun. Shall we go for it? Yes, children. Common noun. Common noun means what, children? Common nouns are the general names of person, animal, things, and place. For example, trees. There are many trees. Okay. So the trees, if you tell, there are many trees. Which tree or not, we did not know about it. When we are telling about that is different. When we are talking about only trees, that is goes under the common noun. Book, that also goes under the common noun. Girl, boy, that also common noun. So, for example, if I call a child, come here, if I say what you will do, many of them look at me and whom the teacher is calling, you will have a doubt, isn't it, children? So if I tell, Kala, Kala, hey Kala, come here, then what you will get? Only one response. The Kala will get up. What happened, teacher? You want me to do some work? Then she will get up and ask. So the Kala is a proper noun. If I tell only girl, it goes with common noun. If I mention Kala, then it is a proper noun. See here. Proper noun. We are going to discuss about proper nouns are the specific or particular name of a person, place, animal, and thing. For example, Rajesh is a special name, right? The boy has a name, Rajesh. So that goes under the proper noun. India, which country you live in? I live in India, right? There is a specific name of the name for the country. So India. Not only India, you can go with even Canada. So the specific name of the country, right? The place. So that goes under the proper noun. Hyderabad, which place are you living? So we say, I live in Hyderabad. Where do you live? I live in Hyderabad. Which place are you going to visit? Which place are you going to visit? Today I'm going to my uncle's house. It is in Amirpet. Okay, so the Amirpet, that is called as proper noun because it has a special name for that, right? Mount Everest. So there are so many things which that have a special name that goes under the proper noun. See here, children. Now you know very well about common noun and proper noun. Common nouns are generally which we talk about the things, or person, or animal. Okay, for example, lion, tiger. They don't have a special name. So when they have a special name, that goes under the proper noun. Am I clear, children? Now we are going to discuss about collective noun.
Children, how many friends do you have in your class? Maybe 1, 2, 3, or even 10. You need a certain word to express the number of friends. So, it is called a party of friends. Here, the party is a collective noun. Nouns that name group of people or things are called collective nouns. For an example, a herd of cows, a flock of birds, a crowd of people, a pack of wolves, a school of fish, and many more.
I think you all have understood about collective noun. So today, now we have to see about the sheep. See here, there is only one sheep, right? When there is only one sheep, we call it even a singular as well as a plural, you will call only sheep. But when it comes under the group, that collectively if it comes, the group, that we call it as collective noun, that flock of sheep. Here the flock is a collective noun. Am I clear, children? Now see here, there are bananas. Only one banana, you will means I want to eat a banana, we say. When there are many banana, then it goes under bananas, is a plural. Okay. So here, bunch is a collective noun. Okay, we are talking about many bananas. So that goes under bunch of bananas. So bunch here, it's called actually collective noun. See here, children, there is only one cow here. So we call it as a cow, right? A cow is standing in the field. If you see this next picture, there are a group of cows, right? There are many cows. So that time we use the collective noun herd of cows, right? A herd of cows. So here herd is called collective noun, right? See here, children, only one bunch of grapes, we say actually many grapes, if it is together, we call it as bunch of grapes. Here bunch is a collective noun. We use it for grapes, not one grape, grapes, right? Plural, right? Here you see the same bunch even we use for keys. Only one key means a key, we say. When it is many keys means we will tell that bunch of keys. Am I clear, children? That also we use bunch of keys. Here bunch of grapes and bunch of keys. These two goes actually we use only one collective noun, bunch. Bunch is a collective noun for keys as well as the grapes. See here, children, there is only one flower, right? Only one rose. If it's collectively, if it's many flowers, if you want to present it to somebody else, they have done it. If your mother or father go to the party or they go to the marriage, what they will do, they will give only one flower. No, they will give bouquet of flowers. See here, bouquet of flowers. So bouquet means what? It's a collective noun. Am I clear, children? Because the collectively, means many flowers together, they will make it as a bouquet. That bouquet is a collective noun here. See here, children. Only one bird. You will say a bird is flying, right? A bird is flying in the sky. But here there are many birds. So that time you will use the collective noun of a flock of birds, right? A flock. Flock is a collective noun here because a group of birds are called in collective noun flock, right? See here, children. Here, these birds are called as gulls. Okay. In that gulls, we say only one gull means gull. A gull we say. When it is many gulls, so what we say? Colony of gulls. Okay. Even one more we use, colony. What is that? Let us know. See here. What is this? Ants. So in that ants also, if group of ants is called as a colony of ants. Okay. So group of gulls and group of ants, we use only one collective noun, that is nothing but colony. Okay, a colony of gulls, a colony of ants. See here, children, monkeys, right? Monkeys. How many monkeys? Only one. Yes, there are 3 monkeys. So group of monkeys. So group of monkeys are called a troop of monkeys. Okay, we call, that means we use the collective noun of troop here. So troop of monkeys. See here, what are they doing? They are dancing, right? They are dancers. They are dancing. So that actually we use a troop of dancers. What is the difference between monkeys, a troop of monkeys, a troop of dancers? We pronounce it same, but the spellings are different. These are called as homophones. They pronounce in the same way, might be the spellings may be different and the meaning will be different. So the pronunciation will be the same, but we call the meaning will be the different. That is called as homophones, right? Here, troop of monkeys, here, troop of dancers. The monkeys, it goes with T-R-O-O-P. Here, dancers, we call it as troop of dancers, T-R-O-U-P-E. Okay, children. So the pronunciation looks similar, but the meanings will be different. So we are using it here as homophones. Okay, children?
She was observing a colony of ants. The ants were collecting leaves and fruit and taking them to their colony. A litter of kittens came from nowhere and started fiddling with the ants. The ants became angry and they wanted to teach the litter of kittens a lesson. They called their friends, the bees, for help. Soon, a swarm of bees appeared on the scene. They came with great speed and made loud buzzing sounds. The kittens got scared and ran for cover. They reached a pond in the middle of the park. A school of fish was swimming nearby. The fish started laughing at the frightened kittens. The kittens got annoyed and ran towards Sophie. Sophie by now was with a crowd of people. When the kittens saw Sophie, they made helpless meow meow sounds. Sophie felt bad for the kittens and she picked them up from the ground. She then opened her bag and took out a bunch of grapes, a bucket of cookies, and a jar of honey. She gave the cookies to the kittens, the jar of honey to the bees, and the grapes to the ants. Now, all the
Now, you have seen this video, right? There are a lot of collective nouns were used. You have to pick out. You listen the story and pick out the collective noun and write in a notebook. Write in your notebook very neatly. Put the heading of collective noun and write it neatly. I will send the worksheet as soon as along with this video. Okay, children? Thank you, children. We will meet in next session.